hit record. And then I'm going to, oh, 1 second. There. See if hold on, we'll try that again. Share screen. Alrighty. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, you see the rock cycle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to, okay. All right, now we'll start. Okay, so today we're going to be learning about the rock cycle. So this is a science lesson.
Okay.
You like science?
Kind of.
Yeah, okay. Maybe you'll like rock cycle. So my name is Emily Powers. The course name and number is Literacy Connections Across Disciplines, EDUC 384. The assignment title is Science Lesson Plan Implementation, and it is January 24th, 2023. All right, tell me a little bit about what you know about the rock cycle, or if you know anything about the rock cycle. It's okay if you don't.
No.
You don't? Okay, perfect. So what do you want to know about the rock cycle?
How it works.
How it works and what it is, basically?
Yeah.
Awesome. So have you learned about the rock cycle in school?
No.
No? Okay. So what do you know about rocks?
They can be all sorts of colors.
Mm-hmm. What is considered a rock?
What?
What is considered a rock?
Um, a stone?
A stone? Yep. Where do you see rocks?
And I see them in my front yard sometimes, and I see them like where there's lots of dirt sometimes.
Yeah, that's good. Alrighty, so we'll get started then on our rock cycle journey. So this is kind of what the rock cycle is. This is like a water cycle essentially, but this is about rocks and it goes in an order. So you see this mountain. It starts as it can start anywhere. So we'll start like igneous rock. That is basically solidified magma. Okay. So then the rock weathers and then erodes because of, why do you think it erodes? What do you see in the picture?
Rain.
Rain. And then it sediments, so like it goes into the ocean and then it compacts into sedimentary rocks. And then there's a deformation and then it turns to metamorphic where it gets really, really hot and really, really compressed and turns to lava or magma. And then it just completes the cycle again. Does that make sense? Perfect. Let me know if you have any questions. So I'm going to read you this passage about basically what we just talked about. And you can kind of envision that whole process happening in your head. Sound good? Okay. So the rock cycle describes the change and movement of materials on and inside the earth. The cycle is essentially a loop, stating that materials are neither created nor destroyed. They only change form when the environment changes. So, like we said, with raining and things like that. Sediments eroded from solid rocks and transported to a new location in this diagram. What we just looked at. The sediments are carried into the ocean where they settle in compact. Sedimentary rocks are created at the end of the stage. As the sedimentary rocks are buried deeper and deeper, heat and pressure cause a physical or chemical changes to the rock, and they change to metamorphic rock. When I think metamorphic rock, I think of like magma, hot, so like lava.
Okay.
When the rock is pushed deep into the earth, they can melt into magma. Once the magma solidifies, either inside the crust or after being expelled by a volcano, they change to igneous rock. So they then cool down into hardened rock. Eventually, the rocks are worn down through weathering, which we stated rain and things like that. And the process begins anew with the erosion and transport of all the new sediments. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna go back to this passage too. So we're gonna do some rock formation scenarios. So we're gonna first start and do it together. So we can, so I read the passage to you. We can do the first scenario together, and then eventually you're gonna answer these questions on your own. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll read the questions to you, and you can kind of picture the process in your head. Okay. So the Nile River carries sediments to the ocean. Over time, the sediments are compressed as more sediments are deposited on top of them. What type of rock is formed? We can go back to the passage too. Do you want to see your options?
No, like,
Those are your options. Oh, can you not see?
no.
Oh,
I don't know what happened.
what do you see on your end?
I don't know. Mom! I see what? Mom! Oh, I'm good.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So, do you see the question now, or do you want me to reread it?
Can you reread it?
Yep. The Nile River carries sediments to the ocean. Over time, the sediments are compressed as more sediments are deposited on top of them. Which type of rocks will be formed? So it'll be in the future, so that which rocks will be formed when sediments compress on top of each other. Sedimentary, metamorphic, or igneous? We can go back in the passage if you'd like.
A.
Sedimentary. Why do you think sedimentary? We can go back if you want to check. Okay, so it's what was stated. So when the rock, where do you see parts where it buries deeper and deeper as pressure changes? Oh,
Right here, like,
what
as
is
the,
being said?
as the sedimentary rocks are buried deeper and deeper, heat and pressure cause physical or chemical changes in the rock.
And do what? What does it change to?
Oh,
What is
metamorphic rock.
Okay, so here's our question again. So what answer do you think it is?
B.
Oh, you're right. It was sedimentary.
Oh.
I guess I was wrong. I read it wrong. What type of rock will be formed? Because it talks about the sediments. That was on me.
Oh.
That was on me. You were right the first time. So why was it sedimentary?
Because
It is the process of doing what?
getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah, because what's breaking down? The different sediments of the rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. On to the next. Okay, scenario 2. The volcano Kilauea on the big island of Hawaii is erupting and lava is ejecting on the volcano vent. The lava solidifies to form what type of rock? Sedimentary, metamorphic, or igneous?
Metamorphic.
Igneous. Metamorphic is when it explodes, right? That's when it's heated up. But then it says the lava solidifies.
Okay.
So it solidifies and cools down to start the process again as igneous rock. Make sense? We're learning in the process. Okay, third scenario. In the Arizona desert, a sudden rainstorm washes sand and sediment into the Colorado River. What eventually deposits the settlements into the ocean? This process is called
Erosion and transport.
Deposition. It didn't really talk about that in the passage, did it? No. So this is kind of a trick one, I think. In the Arizona desert, a sudden rainstorm washes sand and sediment into the Colorado River, which eventually deposits, yep, the sediments into the ocean, which is causes what?
Deposition.
Deposition. Yep. Perfect. So scenario 4. We're getting the hang of this. So, in the desert, wind picks up and carries fine particles of sand and dirt. As the wind blows against the rocks, the particles rub against the rocks and wear them down in the process called
Erosion.
weathering. So what was playing a part in this part?
Wind.
And wind is what?
Type of weather.
Yep, it's okay. We're learning in the process. We'll go through these again. Which one is of the following is not one of the 3 types of rock? Sedimentary, lava, metamorphic, or igneous?
Lava.
Oh, why is that color? You're right, it was lava. Oh wait, it all changed color. It's lava. You were correct. You were correct. My PowerPoint messed up. I don't know why I did that this time and not before. True or false? Magma is lava that has been ejected from beneath the Earth's crust through a volcano.
True.
It's supposed to be true. I think it didn't go on the other one and went to this one. It is true, though. You're correct. Okay, now it's time to write. So quickly write a few sentences about the terms you learn along with what they mean. So what are some of the terms you learned?
Indigenous.
Igneous?
Igneous, yeah.
Yep, and what's that? We could take a quick look at the igneous is what? When the rock solidified?
Yeah.
Solidified, and then it turns to what? Sedimentary, which is when it breaks down, right? And then what happens when it compresses and melts?
It turns into metamorphic.
Correct. Okay. So with that being said, you can start to write what you learned. So what is the first one we talked about? First it was igneous, right? And that's what? Solid or melted rock?
Melted.
Igneous is salted. Or salted. Solid. So you could say igneous is the solid rock. And then what? And then it weathers, right? To turn into what breaks off of it? Little like sediments?
Yeah.
To what? turns into what type of rock?
Sedimentary rock.
Mm-hmm. And why is it called sedimentary? What happens during that stage? Remember the wind and the rain and the,
Sediments.
yeah, it breaks down little sediments because of what? Weathering? Weathering happens and sediments break off of the solid rock. Then the last one is what?
Metamorphic rock.
And what's that one?
Is that the magma one?
The magma one. Because the sediments that broke off from sedimentary stage pressed down and compressed to
Magma.
Yep, magma. Yep, yeah, magma. Also known as the metamorphic stage. This is challenging you, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So based on what you wrote now, I want you to then make your own cycle. It could just be quick. It could just be just to show me what stages are which.
So
just start with one of them and then draw an arrow to what happens next. So first you can draw like a little rock, a solid rock. Because what's the solid rock stage?
igneous.
Yep. First it's igneous. And then it goes to what?
Sedimentary.
Yep. And then what?
The metamorphic.
Yep. And then just add like a little detail for each of one of them just to show what it is. So like you had the mountain for the which one?
Igneous.
Yep. And then you had what?
Rain.
Yep. And then
Lava.
yep. Perfect. Do you feel like you know about the rock cycle now?
Yeah, a little more, yeah.
A little more. This was something you never knew, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. And then can you just have your mom send me a picture of your sentences in your cycle?
Yeah.
Perfect. Just let me know when you're done.
Done.
Done? Okay, perfect. Next week is math.
Okay.
You like math a little better? Okay. All right, sounds good. All right, I'll see you next week, Nora.
See ya.
See ya.